Hello, my name is Trevor Ostin, and I'm here to present a conceptual framework design for Class EDU 658. I chose Norfolk Public School District. That is located in Norfolk, Nebraska, a city that has a population of just over 25,000 people. The school district is a Class A size district that has 11 school buildings, and that includes a senior high, a junior high, a middle school building, and then several elementary schools. In the entire district, we serve a little over 4,400 students that come to us through 4 different counties. In the Norfolk Public School District, it has been accredited through the Nebraska Department of Education and Advanced Ed for over the past 100 years. Recent years, we have become a one-to-one technology district with Chromebooks being administered to each student to use. We are a low-income district, and over the past several years, we have talked about and designed a target-based curriculum and grading system. And last year, in the 2019-2020 year, we implemented that system in the junior high and the senior high in the math departments for the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th grade level courses. There is a plan to implement more subject areas over the course of the next few years, and that is a good implemented system that has been successful so far, which has helped our graduation rates rise over the past 5 years when we have begun to implement this system. There is a vision and mission statement by the Norfolk Public Schools. The vision statement is to be a top-performing school that provides outstanding educational opportunities for every student and is a source of pride and an asset to our community. The mission statement of Norfolk Public Schools is to prepare all students to pursue their goals for the future, whatever they may be. Now, for my conceptual framework design, I'm going to specifically talk more about the junior high, which is the grades 7th and 8th, which is around 650 students. Also, there's about 45 teachers and 45 other support staff through the administration, the secretaries, the paras, and the maintenance staff. Our school is about 45% free and reduced lunch ratio through our white, African American, Hispanic, and Asian students. With us being a low income based school district, we do have a very high rate there. We also have about 2% of our junior high students are English language learners. And we also have about 15% of our students are gifted students, which they enroll in some courses, specific courses that are taught at the senior high and are also offered at the 8th grade level at the junior high for those students that are gifted to take, which allows them to gain senior high or high school credit already as an 8th grader. The Norfolk Junior High core subject areas are math, science, English language arts, and social studies. We have several elective courses that are offered. There is industrial tech that has a variety of mechanical and wood shop classes. We have some family and consumer sciences, PE and health, art, choir, band, our STEM program, digital citizenship, and technology courses. Our 8th graders also have to enroll in a careers course that allows them to explore different careers and compile a personal learning plan as they go throughout the year. This helps them design their interest level and their courses and their elective courses that they would like to pursue or have interest in as they go into their high school courses to help them better gear for what they want to do as they continue on in college or enter the workforce. There are some extracurricular activities offered at the junior high. For sports-wise, we have football, volleyball, cross-country, wrestling, basketball, and track. Some school-sponsored events are speech, band, choir, and orchestra. We have several students who like to do other activities, but they have to enroll or dive into those throughout community-sponsored businesses in order to do those. But we also have an aftershock program, which has been around for several years and is going to continue to be around. That is a big, big asset to our district. That provides our STEM program through there, which are science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Our robotics, which has grown greatly over the past few years. Art, health, wellness, entrepreneurship, philanthropy, civic engagement, and career connections. This program has been funded by the 21st Century Community Learning Centers and a continuation grant. And like I said, many students stay after school or go to different school buildings to enroll in this program and go to several of the different areas within the program. And teachers stay after school to help students out in those areas. This helps them stay involved in programs throughout their academic career, instead of leaving school and maybe getting just going home or maybe possibly getting into a little bit of trouble. So this program is a great asset to our district, and it has helped students out immensely. At the junior high, the curriculum requirements are as follows. For seventh graders to successfully be promoted to the eighth grade level, they must pass 6 of 7 subject areas each semester throughout the year. The 7 subject areas are as follows: math, science, language arts, social studies, PE health, digital citizenship, life management, and their elective courses that they choose to enroll in. For 8th graders to successfully graduate and be promoted to the 9th grade and the high school building, they also must pass 6 of 7 subject areas each semester for this to happen. The 7 subject areas are as follows: math, science, language arts, social studies, PE health, wellness careers, and any electives that they choose to enroll in. For Norfolk Public Schools conceptual framework design, there are a few aspects that go into this. We are committed to a guaranteed and valuable curriculum. This means that we are guarantee our priority standards, which are aligned with the state, and they are assessed in a accomplished time framework that is set forth throughout the school year, our scope and sequence. And we go through these curriculum cycles and these phases, and we update them as needed or revise them as set forth by the Nebraska Department of Education. Our curriculum framework keeps getting updated through our PLC program, or through our PLC meetings, through our building or our teams, to develop our scope and sequence and make sure that all the instruction and the assessments are aligned correctly. Teachers also provide meaningful feedback and apply interventions and support as needed to make sure that these priority standards, these targets are being taught and assessed the correct way. A quote by Richard de Fleur down here best states this, that the professional learning community model flows from the assumption that the core mission of formal education is not simply to ensure that students are taught, but to ensure that they learn. So not only does Norfolk Public Schools want to make sure that the curriculum and the guidelines and the standards and the targets are all set in the proper way and that they're taught, but they want to ensure that the students actually learn them and are growing in their academic careers. Here is the Norfolk Public Schools conceptual framework design that is posted on our website for the district and community to see. It starts here at the bottom with the curriculum, work, and development of teams and buildings going together and by departments or by buildings and reviewing the state standards, recognizing them, revising them, developing the scope and sequence of the pacing guides for each grade level, the learning targets, the priority standards, the proficiency targets of how things will be assessed. That is the big chunk of what needs to be designed. Then it works up to delivering the effective instruction, where we take all those core parts together and deliver much needed and effective instruction in our classroom to the students. Then throughout our ESED process, our department teams, our data teams, we review all the formative assessment and homework and the activities that have been given, and we assess that if any differentiation or intervention or enrichment that needs to be happen for students to better understand the curriculum, that part is discussed and takes place before we move up and get to our district common of assessments, which by department we have designed over the past few years to make sure that everyone in each course area is administering at the same time at the same level to be an effective curriculum. And then we report those grades to the state and national assessments on the report cards and to the state for everyone to see how they're doing and compare for data from school to school or state to state. The curriculum framework team, here's an example. Since I'm at the junior high, our 7th and 8th grade math department specifically, and through our PLC team, we have 6 teachers and 2 special education teachers for the math department, 3 teachers for each grade level and 1 sped teacher for each grade level. Our 7th grade courses consist of pre-algebra, 7th grade math, or for our low or sped students, they have what we call the Envisions math program. For the 8th grade math courses, we have our Honors Algebra 1, pre-algebra, which is the majority of the students, or we also have our Envisions math program that is at 5 or 6, again, for either our low students that struggle or our sped students. Our unit standards come from our curriculum that is developed from the Nebraska Department of Education state standards. And the department teams work together to revise and align those standard units and targets as needed in order to match the Nebraska College and Career Ready standards. We work together very closely as our 7th grade department, our 8th grade department, and then also combine together to make sure that everything is aligned correctly to the state and is working effectively within our building. In our PLC meetings, we may meet by specific grade level, or we might meet in a large group. We plan curriculum units and instructional activities, homework assignments, formative assessment, and especially our common summative assessments, since we want to all be giving the same test at the end of each unit together. We may also meet vertically with our middle school and our high school. Our 7th grade may go down and meet with our 5th and 6th grade grade levels at the middle school, or at the same time, our 8th grade might jump up and meet with our high school 9th grade course instructors to make sure that if any gaps are happening, where we can correct those and better suit those next grade level meets. An example curriculum for our specific Algebra 1, our 8th grade honor students, one of our standard units is our classes of functions that we do at the end of the year. And a good activity that we use to assess that is students will combine the different graphs and the different functions that they have learned throughout the year through our linear, our exponential, our quadratic, our absolute value. Then they will put those together and also incorporate a computer program system, Desmos, a good way to integrate technology. And they will use those graphs and those functions to create a building skyline of a city of their choice. It allows them to have some ownership of what they want to design. They will have the requirements of using different functions and different graphs to piece together with that computer system to create their design. Once they complete their design on the computer program, we go down and we use our technology lab to actually 3D print this image onto vinyl sheets, and then we cut them out to display within our hallway by our math classrooms and for the students to view in the hallways. It gets the students very excited and has a wide range of use through mathematics and technology and different interest levels of the students. It is a great activity and a great way to assess their overall learning of the functions throughout the school year. The Norfolk Public System assessment system, we have formative assessment, we have our summative assessment that actually occurs throughout the courses created by the individual teachers or groups of teachers, which are also aligned to the curriculum targets and standards by the state. But for our state assessments, our interim assessment, all K through 8th grade students are required to take the adaptive grade level independent MAPS testing, which happens twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring, that we use to assess students of growth over time. And then we also have the students take the NSCATS testing once a year for just the 3rd through the 8th grades. That happens more in the spring semester around the April timeframe. Our summative assessments, once also, I want to say that those proficiency scales and those tests are aligned to the Nebraska College and Career Ready standards. That is my presentation. If you have any questions regarding this, you can contact me. I am the 8th grade math, one of the 8th grade math teachers at the junior high building. My email address is provided, as well as the phone number for the junior high if you'd like to contact me. This is my reference that I use. There is the Norfolk Public School District webpage site. You can dive in there and actually go into our different overall district, but also click on the specific buildings. The Norfolk Junior High is listed there, which will provide all the other information that you need. Another tab that is on there that is really good to use is under the district site homepage. Go under the Teaching and Learning tab that is located on the left-hand side. That has more of the conceptual framework, actual design, and specifics on our target-based curriculum and grading system as well. Thank you very much.